you want to follow along with this video, you can click the link in the description and go to the Excel Cave website and download this workbook. Today we're going to talk about performing the SUMPRODUCT function when you have multiple criteria. So in this example here we have some loans. We have 4 different branch locations, 2 different loan types. And what we'd like to do is calculate the weighted average interest rate for just the West Branch and business loans. So we'll begin with the SUMPRODUCT function. Our first 2 arrays are going to be our criteria arrays, so they're going to be a little different. We need to enclose them in parentheses and multiply them by each other. I'll explain why you have to do that and how it works once we've input the entire function, so just bear with me. Our first criteria array is going to be the location column, and we want anything in that column that is equal to our criteria, the West Branch. We're going to multiply that by our second criteria array. So our second criteria array is the loan type, and we want anything where the loan type is equal to business. So now the remaining arrays will be what you're typically used to seeing with the SUMPRODUCT function, just numeric arrays. So we have our loan balance, which is also our weight, and we have our interest rate column. That gives us our SUMPRODUCT total, and now we simply just need to divide that total by the sum of our weighted factor, which is the total loan balance for West Branch business loans. So we'll divide that by our loan total, and that gives us a weighted average interest rate for the West Branch business loans of 6.09%. So how this works, if I go back into the function and hit F2, hover over our first criteria array, hit F9, that produces a series of true falses. If I do the same thing for our second criteria array, we also get true falses. Well, the SUMPRODUCT function requires numbers. True falses are not numbers. But when we multiply our 2 criteria array by each other, that converts the true falses to their numerical equivalents, which in Excel, the numerical equivalent of a true is 1 and a false is a 0. So anytime there is a match, we get a true. So we get a 1 times 1 because we have a match for West and business. So that equals a value of 1 times our loan balance times our rate. If there is either a 0 in both or at least one of the criteria where there's not a match, we get a product of 0 times our loan balance times our interest rate, and that returns nothing. So if I escape out of this, go back into it one more time, this time I'm going to hover over the entire criteria portion and hit F9, and you can see that multiplication converts those true and falses to 1s and 0s. So again, you have a value of 1 times your balance times your rate anytime we have a match on both criteria. So that is how that function works. That's how the filter essentially works with the SUMPRODUCT function. Hey, if you like what you saw today, please subscribe to the Excel Cave. Thanks for watching.